Hi, my name is Bibi Kwache and I did an internship with the Freedom Foundation as a social media and PR intern. I did this over the course of 10 days and it was a part of the geography internship program. Over the course of 10 days, I was based at Antenna in Nottingham City Centre. Antenna is a creative space for creatives to work, so they have desks that they hotspot and it's an informal working environment, and I really enjoyed that, as in my own spare time I normally work in cafes, so it helped me just to see that working a job doesn't mean you have to be stuck in a boring office. Like, you can work in many different environments, and it was also really good to just see other creatives working in that space. So I created a social media action plan in which I detailed steps on how they could build their social media and change their audience on Instagram predominantly, as they were suffering with an issue where they couldn't get their content across to the people that they wanted to. So I researched which hashtags were trending in the sector that they work in, how other similar pages market their ideas, and I then created content for them using Photoshop, which they posted over a couple of days. I also had the opportunity to go and see one of their programs at work at a primary school, and whilst I was there I filmed stuff and put it on a template for their Instagram stories, as it's really important for brands to know like their ethos and create content that displays what they're all about. It was also good just to see how social media is really important for businesses nowadays, as technology is always developing and stuff, so it's important that businesses stay up to date with their content. I really enjoyed being able to put my skills in Photoshop to use and just bring other people's ideas to life, as I didn't really think that I could use those skills in a professional setting. Whilst I was there, I also felt that I developed my organisation skills, my communication skills, as emailing people back and forth is something that I'm not really used to, but for this internship, most of the communication was predominantly over email, and I just thought it was a really good opportunity for me to get out my comfort zone and realize that sending emails is not that big of a deal. You just have to ensure that you stick to a professional tone at all times, and that when you have a phone call, I think it's good to follow it up with an email, just so that everything is written and that you can be clear on what you're being asked to do. So the main challenge for me was self-motivation, as I pretty much had free reign over the design aspect of the content I was creating, and I felt at times I wanted to do something that was really out of the box and I knew looked good, but it didn't fit with their brand's ethos. So I would say I had to just have some self-control in a way, because I needed to ensure that what I was creating was actually what was being asked of me. And I also needed to motivate myself, because sometimes it is hard as a creative to create things that fit to like a criteria, but I just remembered the end goal of creating content that would uplift their brand and just create more awareness of their brand, as I really did like what they stood for, which was they created a campaign about children's mental health and how they can practice better mental health and how you can teach children how to be aware of their mental health. So I really did like that aspect of it. So I would say just reminding myself of the bigger goal was important. So if you're interested in doing a placement at the Freedom Foundation, what I would recommend is that you be prepared to be independent at times, as most of your communication will be over email and on the phone, and some people may not like that, but I just suggest that you keep that in mind and understand the way you work, and if you don't think that you could perform well in that kind of environment, I would strongly suggest that you look at another internship. I would also suggest that you learn some basic skills in like how social media works. So I would suggest researching the importance of hashtags and the importance of looking at your insights on Instagram, as that's something that really helped me on my internship.